Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoin Trade. Today's 4th of July here in America. I have to say Happy Independence Day. Had a great time. Um, uh, just to let everyone know here, I've set up a node out here in California. Um, so I'm out here in LA. Um, basically, enjoyed the fireworks. Went up on top of the roof of this condominium, my mom's place, basically. Saw the fireworks over over at Universal Studios, and so it was nice. So hope everyone else had a great 4th of July day and the rest of their week. So in this episode, I'm gonna just go over a few things here. Let me see here. Just gonna go over a few of the stuff that's going on here, and this one right here. um, Phishing scam targets U.S. Marshals Service Bitcoin auction list. So apparently, some phishing went on, and that's the danger with Bitcoins. So that's the danger with Bitcoins, is that you could get scammed, and these guys got scammed, 100 Bitcoins. So there you go, just like that. Welcome to Bitcoinia. So that's just a little list, and so far as I know, this has not moved at all. The auction Silk Road Bitcoins haven't moved, hasn't done anything. And if you kept up on who the winning bidder was, it looks like this person's really serious and committed as far as holding on to these Bitcoins to show, I guess, the commitment of owning all these Bitcoins. So let's go into a quick chart and let's see if anything's going on here. All right. So here's the 12-hour analysis, and as you can see, the there, let me get my pin out. As you can see, it hasn't moved that much, and I don't know if it has to do with the just a holiday week. A lot of things going on. Turns out in Canada, January 1st is Independence Day. I don't know exactly independent from what, but maybe I'll find out when I go there. So as I mentioned before, I've set up a node out here in California. So basically, anyone who wants to trade out here, it's actually very close to Disneyland. So if anybody out there, for any reason, wants to go to Disneyland, or if y'all like the California, let me see, I don't know how they, what the hell is their name? The California Angels of Anaheim, I believe they're called. It's such a ridiculous name, but the California Angels of Anaheim. If you're all into like baseball or anything, my node is very close to that stadium. So if for whatever reason you end up over there, and you need some Bitcoins, you can walk into the node and get yourself a Bitcoin or two, whatever. If you're looking to cash out and looking to sell your Bitcoins, you can also go to this node, and for whatever reason, Disneyland doesn't accept Bitcoins yet. You need to convert into some legal tender to get into Disneyland. You can do that too, or even to a California Angels of Anaheim game. So just to let you know. But anyways, I did want to. I am gonna go up to Canada. I decided to do it after the 4th of July week, maybe even later, because I wanted to take also my 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 partner, and also my family. So I never been up to Toronto, so that'd be interesting to see what happens. So I'm gonna make the most out of this trip. Anyways, I'm gonna take a look at this chart here, and it's kind of weird to figure out anything mainly because it's it's not a lot of volume, and it's kind of been slowly going down here. Now, if you look on an hourly, um, again, this is really a weekend or trade. You can really position yourself uh, for any movements that are going up or down during the rest of the week. So, considering the push upwards and where it is, and I'll try to put down here. It's not really falling. It's just that it's just a lot of holidays going on where I think people aren't participating in any trading activity. They've done their trades. Now they're going to do their whatever. Some people are gathering for the 4th of July, and for whatever reason they bought their Bitcoins and enjoying using them or whatnot. So this week's really slow, but you can position yourself if you just look at this chart here and see that it's right now it's at 6:30, and some of the positions I've taken and some of the strategies I've taken is I already have Bitcoins, so enjoying this big push up was a big benefit for me, but I did wonder if this was going to be any retracement going down or any weakness going down. And if there was, I did two things here. Now, remember, I'm always long Bitcoin. The only time I ever short Bitcoin is because I want to buy more Bitcoin at a lower price. So, I don't know how else to say this, but I'm pretty committed to gaining more Bitcoins. So, my strategy is basically, at this point, is I already have Bitcoins. I'm happy with them. You know, I'm always buying and selling and moving things around, performing arbitrage through the exchange and in reality. There's a lot of things you can do, but here's one of the things that I'm doing right now is, as I'm happy with the amount of Bitcoins I'm having, and just in case this slowly starts going back down before it pushes back up again, or if it does go back down, again, I'm trying to buy more Bitcoins at a cheaper price. I have a buy order every $10 spread. I have a buy order just at every $10 increments. And so if it moves up, and then what you'll see is sometimes it moves up, it dips, and then goes sideways for a while, dips a little bit, and then pushes up on an upward trend. And you've seen that in several cases here. So I'll try to back up real quick. And have you seen that? You've seen that here, as it pushes up, goes back down, goes sideways, pushes up, goes back down, goes sideways, pushes up, goes back down, sideways. So you know what you're seeing is a lot of just this step. And if you really look at it, I mean, overall, you gotta consider the amount of some kind of correlation between difficulty rates, all right, and the way these things have been moving. They almost move like little steps. Kind of see how you, excuse me, kind of the way you see a lot of difficulty graphs. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I see some correlation, but they don't always correlate per graph. But the way the price is moving, it's just moving in that kind of movement is what I noticed. So that's another thing you can just analyze just by price movement. Get a consensus of a mass, a crowd. I don't know how else to explain it, but you can actually start feeling the pulse of the market working. You actually see it, and sometimes you may even feel it. it's kind of weird to trade like that, but it's another way of trading. It's not always scientific. It doesn't seem always logical, but um, if you ever ask someone who's really successful in life, if it was always logic and graphs and everything, they probably wouldn't be where they are. So it's always about defying the odds of what you see in front of you. So I'm just showing you a different perspective, a different reality, of a different virtual reality of how to perceive things. I don't know. Just I think it's important to have your keep an open mind to how bitcoins are traded, because as I explained to others, when I'm opening up into a new market and creating new nodes in different markets, um, I have to explain myself in a way that makes sense to people who know nothing about bitcoins. So um, it's kind of interesting, but like I mentioned this before, I guess when I was talking about my previous tax preparer. Um, this is an idea, a concept, a belief, almost a faith, and to a certain degree, you have to um, be a little crazy to do this, because in reality, what you're doing, since bitcoins don't exist at all, um, another way I mentioned it was I'm just literally buying and selling nothing. I'm giving nothing for money, and believe it or not, this is a rare occasion where nothing is nothing has value. Now, I know that empty space has value, because if you're ever in the transportation business, that's what you sell. You sell space. Most people put something in that space, and that's what they're paying. But if you really think about it, how people pay for transportation, they pay in terms of how much space am I gonna, how much space do I have to sell in order to make money? I guess you could say that's nothing, but usually people fill that space with something of value. Bitcoins is one of those things where I'm experiencing where it's absolutely nothing, and there's nothing there to fill. But the weird thing about Bitcoins is, because they're nothing, they can become anything. It's almost like a concept of a stem cell. It's just a cell, but you can manipulate that cell to be anything you want it to be, kinda. That's if the analogy is kind of the same. Bitcoins are nothing until you decide what you want it to be. So once you decide that, it just becomes that. So if you're looking for a car, well, you could take nothing and transform it into a car. A car already exists, but what I'm saying is you can acquire a car with nothing. Sounds kind of weird, but hopefully y'all understood that. Anyways, um, what I'm seeing is something similar to what I've always been seeing. Is it goes upwards, sideways, upwards, sideways, upwards, sideways, upwards, sideways. I'll take a down once in a while. So like this down, up. So it goes down and up, sideways, and up, and then down, sideways. You'll see a lot of sideways movement, but just looking at these two that are crossed over, these two averages that are crossed over, um, it may bounce off of this to go up, or if it goes below this, you probably want to anticipate a drop in the price. But either way, I'm already positioned in here to take advantage of any drops in the price by spreading out every $10 an increment amount, so just averaging my costs going down. So that's one of the things I'm doing, just in case it does go up, because I'm already happy with the bitcoins that I have, and I'm more than happy to see this thing keep going up. I don't have any problems with that. Actually, I like it, especially if you own bitcoins. So that's it for me. I'm gonna cut out just on the Bitfin, because they are the leading U.S. Bitstamp and Coinbase are all doing the same. Bitsy. Let's take another look at the price analysis here of these three, and Coinbase. I don't have Coinbase, but I'll just do these three. Bitsy is falling slightly. At one point it was $10 to Bitfin, but now Bitstamp's going up, which indicates to me that the price is stabilizing, and that there's a good chance of excuse me, there's a good chance of uptrend movement, because that's usually what I see. I see Bitsy always starts lagging below Bitstamp. Bitstamp's being higher now, Bitfin being a little bit lower. I don't know what Coinbase is. I should just check really quick. Okay, Coinbase is even higher, which is good. So when I see Coinbase being the highest, that tells me there is strong demand out there as far as if people buying off of Coinbase, because they're not miners, they're people who have money that just want to invest or use or have Bitcoins. So when I see Coinbase being a higher price than any of these exchanges right now at this point in time, let me see if I can get them to focus. Can't. Okay. Yeah, Bitstamp, and Bitfin and Bitsy being lower than Coinbase. That's tells me that there's an uptrend movement going to happen, because Coinbase is a direct demand versus I guess I don't know how to say it, exchange. Coinbase has actual US dollars, okay, that people use to buy Bitcoins, because the money comes from your bank account, directly from your bank. It doesn't come from another Bitcoin source. So it's it's a good indication for me, because higher prices for Coinbase equates to an uptrend in these exchanges, because someone can take a euro, a yen, a won, Chinese money, whatever it's called, Canadian dollars, whatever, and then take it to any of these exchange and convert them just into US dollars or euros into US dollars or whatever. So when I look at these, I kind of say, well, these are good prices to look at, but they're great exchange prices. When I want to know a price for people who are really using it, like exchanging real US dollars from their bank account, I look at Coinbase. And if I see Coinbase as being higher, that's an indication to me that there's higher demand for Bitcoins. When I see them lower, that's when I see that there's a lower demand. So I just think, just on these prices, for my analysis, there could be an up movement, an up. That's all I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's gonna do with that or not. Only time will tell. Maybe I'll be wrong, But hopefully this helps you, gives you some insight on any trades that you're gonna do. Again, I take opportunities on these holidays where people don't really trade; they take vacations. I take vacations too, but I always have time to trade. I mean, it's just a way of life for me. I like trading on the slow days and the weekends to position myself. I think those are the best times. So anyways, this concludes this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July. And I guess feel free to like, dislike, comment, even leave a video response. Until then, stay tuned. Bye.